Let's look at scientific notation. This is a way of taking either very large numbers or very small numbers and writing them in a more compact form. Basically, we don't like all those zeros. It makes it hard to read. So to take a number that's in its standard form and write it in scientific notation, we're going to take the first non-zero number, so in this case 1, and put a decimal after it. Now we also want to include all the other non-zero numbers, so in this case I'm going to write 1.3. Then we're going to multiply that times 10 to some power. So the trick is, what is that power? Now my original problem, we understand that the decimal is there on the far right. We don't usually bother to write it, but we understand it to be there. So to move it from here to here, after the 1, but before the 3, how many places am I moving it? Well, I'm moving it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to put that as 10 to the 7th. And that would be our answer, or our number, in scientific notation. Now, my next number is very small, so I'm going to do almost the exact same process. So I'm going to write that as 4.2316. So again, I'm going to put that decimal after the first non-zero number. And then I want to multiply it times 10 to some power. So here's my decimal. To move it to the right of the 4, how far do I have to move it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this time, I moved to the right. So I'm going to put a negative. And that's really the only difference. We can always remember, if this exponent's a positive number, that means I have a big number. If it's a negative, that means I have a small number. So now let's go the other way. I have a number in scientific notation, and I'd like to write it in standard form. So I've got 4861. Now that 5 means this is going to be a large number. So here's where I had the decimal, and now I'm going to move this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to need 2 zeros there as placeholders. And let's just write that a little bit more neatly with some comma in there so we can read that. And I get 486,100. All right, my next number, I've got 5843, and I've got a negative 5. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go to the left this time. I'm going to expect to get a small number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, and then the number. Now, your textbook, you'll often see another 0 then to the left. Technically, this 0 is optional. We didn't count it, but you can put it in there if you want. So we will want to know how to rewrite in scientific notation for both large and small numbers, and for going both directions.